Mazda likes to say every one of their vehicles contains the soul of a sports car, even when it seats 7 comfortably. This is, of course, the 2015 Mazda CX-9. Now, one really nice thing about the CX-9 is the amount of equipment that you get for the price. This vehicle is just south of $40,000, including delivery. And that's a lot of car for that kind of money. Of course, you don't buy this car for the second row, you buy it for the third. So I'm now going to attempt to stuff all 200 pounds and 6'1" of me into that third row. Wow, that was easy. Okay, third row, plenty of room. I'm 6'1". My head's rubbing a little bit, but I have tons of leg room. I got lots of hip room, and I even have 2 cup holders. I certainly cannot complain about this third row. Opening the trunk is super easy thanks to the button on the remote. Just hold it down and up it goes. There's also a push button if you prefer that. Now, we can see immediately that obviously the third row impacts the amount of space in the trunk. However, there is extra stowage under the floor, which is great. Now, if I want more space, all I have to do is pull this, pull that, pull that, pull that, and now we have a massive amount of cargo space. If I need any more, I can put the second row down as well. Ta-da! That's enough space to sleep in. Basically, that's so much space, you could practically rent this out on Airbnb. Okay, so here we are inside the 2015 Mazda CX-9, and everything here seems very straightforward and rather traditional. Let's go ahead and turn it on. No push button. Instead, what they've done is they've put a little fob plug on top of the key. So we twist it, but it still is using the proximity sensor that's in my pocket. We'll start with the dash. There you have traditional tach and speedo, as well as a PRND gauge in the middle. No fancy color displays. For the color display, you need to move to the center here. This is a rather small screen by today's standards, but it's very functional. For navigation, they tapped TomTom, which is one of the leaders in independent navigation systems. It's super easy to use. It's fairly quick too, which is really nice. And it is touchscreen, so I can click menu there, navigate to, let's say, a point of interest. Let's see a POI near me, and we will look for search by name. It's very quick, as you are noticing. So the Aircon, moving down here, is traditional dual knobs. The temperature is up here, as well as some other multifunction stuff. That's actually a carryover that Mazda's been using for quite a long time. Now, you'll notice that I keep revisiting that certain features of this car have been around for a long time. Well, it's because the CX-9 has been around for a long time. This vehicle has not had a substantial redesign since it was introduced, I think, around 2007. However, the funny thing is, it still is one of the best 3-row 7-passenger SUVs you can get, which is pretty amazing. I think that for many years it kind of flew under the radar, but now people are looking at Mazda because of great cars like the new CX-5, the newly revised Mazda 3. People are again looking at Mazda and saying, what else do they have in a larger vehicle? They're finding the CX-9 and finding it to be actually a really, really good vehicle. The steering wheel, leather wrapped, really nice. Seat warmers, absolutely. No seat coolers though. You can also have Aircon in the back, which is independent of the Aircon in the front. So people in the second row, if you say your kids prefer it hotter or colder, they can argue over that in the second row. Cup holders. And under the elbow rest here, you get a dual split, and you have USB as well as auxiliary, and a 12-volt power socket. This is the Grand Touring, so it comes with a sunroof, which is quite nice, and eyeglass holders. So under the hood is a 3.7-liter V6. That's a big one. In this case, it powers a 6-speed automatic transmission. No manual is available, unfortunately. And it powers all 4 wheels through an all-wheel drive system. So this thing is ready to go in all seasons. So let's see how the CX-9 does on this unusually sunny Seattle afternoon. But no worries, it'll probably start raining in about 2 minutes.
It probably comes as no surprise that the CX-9 is a joy to drive. Many SUVs claim to drive like a car, but this one not only delivers, it exceeds expectations. The suspension and handling are more like a large sports sedan than a 3-row crossover. Yes, it's that good. But don't take my word for it. Go to your local AutoNation Mazda dealer and drive one yourself. Power is plentiful, and the automatic works very well to provide power when necessary. As I mentioned earlier, economy isn't a strong point with the CX-9, but when you're having this much fun driving, you really won't worry about it. The CX-9 received a major facelift in 2013, using Mazda's so-called Kodo design language, and it still looks fresh today. As you see it here, the CX-9 Grand Touring all-wheel drive runs just under $40,000. That's actually quite a deal when you compare it against competitors like the Nissan Pathfinder or even the Toyota Highlander. So that's our look at the 2015 Mazda CX-9. It's a 3-row vehicle that still manages to deliver the driving enjoyment you'd expect from Mazda. For more information about the Mazda CX-9, visit AutoNation.com today. I'm your host, Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching.